Reset the championship pair, 15 and 16 at the 24-lane Island Xtreme Bowl, and it's the title match, and it's two great PBA Hall of Famers from the left, Parker Bohn III, attempting to run the stepladder, and Pete Weber.
And Pete's going to do what he always does and have his opponent start the match.
No matter what, no matter how, no matter which left lane, no matter how you did on this.
Pretty much always has his opponent start the match. And I like that strategy because the psychology of if it's a close match, I don't care how many titles you have, it's tough to get up there and double in the 10th. Although Pete did it to me today again.
Here we go, title match. Treasure Island Resort and Casino Open, presented by Roto Grip. Parker Bohn III, opening shot. Drills 10 back.
He wasn't tight coming out of that break. He's getting around it. He's just, now he's not even shaker. It's just 10 back.
Opening shot for Pete Weber. Can anything get in the way of Parker Bohn tonight?
We'll see what Pete's reaction looks like.
That's a pretty good start.
Yep, there's a reason PBA Pete Weber comes in as the leader. He's in pretty close to where Ron Moore was playing, and that gives him a little bit of reaction with whatever part of the lane that Brian Voss broke down, playing a little further out.
Speaking of the PBA Tour, Pete Weber 2-1 in title matches all time with Parker Bohn III.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a more classic matchup for our title match this week.
Oh! 4-9 high, crumbles the 4.
Pete makes a pretty good shot here. I think he's just got to get left just a little bit further because the lane that's tight for the left-handers probably is the lane that hooks a little more for the right-handers.
Jeff Goodyer, you'll be happy to know that the last time these two battled in a title match was in 2001 at the Great Lakes Classic in Grand Rapids, Michigan, won by Pete Weber.
Grand Rapids, Mike J. That Grand Rapids?
That Grand Rapids. That's the last time these two met for a title on the PBA Tour. Parker Bohn III, second frame. Down comes the hammer.
That was a little closer to 14. He's just creeping right, creeping right, creeping right, doing what you're supposed to do. The lanes are fresh. You shut your angles down. You go up the back of the ball. Lanes break down. Open up. Get around the ball. Get in. Open up your angles. This is just textbook on how to play a lane as they break down.
So the record on TV, Parker Bohn owns the record at 3-2, but Pete Weber has the record in title matches at 2-1. So we will settle it on the PBA50 Tour tonight. Bohn opening double, attempting to run the stepladder and claim the title.
It's amazing how many times the person that wins the first match in the stepladder gets comfortable with the lane, sees it well, and starts doing this. Now he's high flush. High flush, high flush, high flush. That just tells me he's getting more and more comfortable with this pair.
Early. Weber struck here to open this title match, third frame, and get a reset here.
Pete just wasn't comfortable, and it's a good tip for everybody. If you're not comfortable, step back, reset yourself.
Good pitch, two good ones.
Yeah, I mean, Pete's making great shots. It's just a matter of, are the lanes transitioning for him, or are they going to be stable for the whole game?
Difference in the match is just one tiny pinch inside on that left lane.
Yeah, just that little bit in. We'll see how far he moves left on this shot, and whether or not he gets locked in. Because I think he's going to have to get locked in early.
The difference in this match is one half of a human hair.
Just that little bit in makes a little bit more of a move in. He's getting it out to the right, airing it out, and perfect shot. Ball went right through the 8-9. Great shot. I think Pete's got a reasonably good reaction. It's just, it's going to be enough.
Wow. Down go 10. The crowd loves it. Here's an extra look. Don't blink.
Now he's in almost at 14. But the ball motion is just stronger and stronger and stronger. And it's right to his game plan.
Classic battle. Difference here is just one small pinch.
Yeah, and the question is whether or not that small pinch comes from Parker at some point, where he leaves a 6-pin and gives Pete a chance to get back into this.
No chance there. Front 5 for Parker Bohn III.
No chance there. He can get, when Parker can just get in there and wheel it and fire it, he's just money. The real question is how high scoring is this match going to be on both sides?
Well, right now it's a 280 to 300 max.
Pete's got good reaction. He's thrown the ball great, as always. The classic style of Pete Weber, high backswing, gets the ball inside, open hand, allows the ball to roll cleanly out to the right. One of the best physical games, if not the best physical game we've ever seen in this sport. One thing about Pete, Mike, is he's not going down without a fight.
Meow. Amazing, too, to do what he does. He didn't have the practice time.
No, did not have the practice time, but had enough traffic on the pair that those 6 shots were enough for him to figure out what he wanted to do, and with a minor adjustment on the left lane after the first ball, now he looks pretty locked in, and it's a matter of whether or not who blinks next.
Will Parker give him a chance? All strikes, 6 frame. No chance there.
No blinking yet. Another great shot. Parker's locked and hasn't moved much now for the last 6-8 shots on either lane. Just making little changes to his ball roll. He's getting a little firmer. Just keeping the ball on line.
Weber's looking for 1 9 count in here somewhere.
Yeah,
just 280, 279 is still out there.
Yes. I mean, if Parker blinks here somewhere, Weber's actually got the advantage.
Not there. Wow, confident stroke.
Game on. So he can even open up. You can tell his angles are more opened up now.
No choice for Weber but to go bang, bang.
Pete's got to answer the bell here. And just keep firing.
Oh, 10 pin.
And there's the blink. I mean, when you know that your opponent is locked in like that, you just press that little tiny bit, and that little tiny bit is enough to push the ball down the lane. And the result there, just 10 pin. Good shot, just not as pure. Question is, will Parker blink before it's too late? Just another great shot by Pete. Makes the motion over to the left, to the right lane. Great release. I could watch that release all day.
Just a slight pinch in and a solid 10, but Parker Bohn has a chance to do something special here.
You just, you can't bowl much better of a game here than Pete's bowling.
And that one gets
There's the
in,
blink.
and it's bad count, and it's a split, very makeable.
This was not a good shot.
Definitely 2 boards in.
Yeah, and bad direction. That ball got up the lane, and that's the mistake you couldn't make this week. You could not. This pattern's not long enough to make that mistake in and hope to get away with it.
And another pin and count.
Yeah, that completely changes the complexion of this match. Now it's 10 pins.
And no matter what Parker Bohn does in the 9th, Weber can step up and tie it in his 9th.
Absolutely.
Things
and
just got interesting.
when Pete smells this situation, he's going to answer.
Good recovery. Slaps out the 7.
And it's amazing, even on our tour, the level of competition in play is so high that one mistake can cost you a title. And it could be literally one mistake for Parker Bohn that costs him his title.
Solid 10 here last time. Weber to tie it up. Title match.
And that's exactly what I expected Pete to do. He pured that one off his hand.
There was no doubt looking at that.
No doubt. When I see his hand open up that clean, yeah, that's what I did this afternoon. I saw those 2 shots and said, okay, we're done.
Politely take the pencil.
Just take the pencil, give him his 30, and move on.
Best Bohn can do 259. Best Weber can do 259.
Do we have the possibility of
a tie? Ten-pin roller! Oh. No.
Good shot, just a little firmer. It could have been the adrenaline. Just a really well bowled match by Pete here.
Phil for 238. Parker is pacing at 239. No double necessary. Phil ball always carries.
Always carries.
238 for Pete Weber.
Well, Mike Parker's got the hammer in hand. Of course, coming off a not really good shot on the right lane. I expect him to make a much better shot here. Question is, was any of that the lane, or was that just Parker not making a good shot?
20-pin Phil, strike would be better for the win. 10th frame. And the 7 takes its time.
Hall of Famer makes the great shot when he needs it, gets it out to the left, makes sure he doesn't make that mistake again, and turns out the one mistake doesn't cost him, and Parker's got the title.
Parker Bohn III, champion at the PBA50 Treasure Island Resort and Casino Open.
Squeaks in with a 248 in position round to get into the stair step.
Who is the most dangerous player? The one that gets in with nothing to lose.
That's right. You're playing on house money. You're free and easy. You've got momentum.
I remember a memorable World Championship where Parker went from 24th to 5th to World Champion, and now here he is, winner once again on the PBA50 Tour. Mike Diaz, thank you so much for joining us.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. Enjoyed being on the show.
We'll see you down the road, and we'll talk to our champion in just a moment.
Comes on board to interview the winner. Congratulations again to Pete Weber, Parker Bohn, the rest of the guys. They bowled great all week, and you have been wonderful. We sure appreciate everything that you have done to make this event part of your weekend. And here comes Mike J. Laneside to interview Parker Bohn III. On behalf of John Weber. John Weber, ladies and gentlemen.
Also, incredible championship match. How about a hand for Hall of Famer Pete Weber? Ladies and gentlemen, the champion of the PBA50 Treasure Island Resort and Casino Open presented by Rotogrip, PBA Hall of Famer Parker Bohn III. Congratulations, Parker. There's some memorable moments in your time on the PBA Tour, most notably the PBA World Championship, where you came from 24th to 5th to claim that title, and you were outside of the top 5 prior to the position round.
Yeah, enabled by, I think that was 157, if I added up correctly. Not exactly my best game this week.
I'll verify that.
And then the step ladder, an amazing step ladder show, and you walked each step one at a time.
You know, you have to take every game for what it's worth. Obviously, your opponent's going to get up there, and you can only expect them to give you 10 quality shots or 12 quality shots when it's all said and done. Fortunately for me, nip and tuck, do the right things along the way, and then I was capable the first game to do a ball change there right at the end. And fortunately, I stayed with it the whole way and just kept moving and chasing it. It worked out great.
Talked with you right before the match, and you said, when I got it, and when I don't, look out, and you had it. What do you see when you know you have it?
Well, all of a sudden my ball starts reading the lane properly, and more importantly, going through the pins. You know, I was bouncing back and forth between my scholar and our new mastermind Einstein, and well, all of a sudden when I could put that ball in my hand, definitely I'll say the level of play seemingly went right through the roof. So fortunately, outside of one shot that game, it worked out well, and you know, I'll just say I'm standing tall right now, but my hat goes off to Pete Weber. I mean, he bowled an exceptional game, folks. It's just unbelievable when you look at that game, and I mean, you can watch both of us. We're up here doing the best we can, and Pete, just an outstanding week.
We've got a couple of tournaments left, a major left on the PBA50 tour, and then we'll wrap things up with a Midwest swing in Hammond, Indiana, and Fort Wayne, Indiana. And your name just got entered into the ring for Player of the Year.
Yeah, it's into the ring for Player of the Year, but I got a good feeling that the couple guys that are vying for it, mainly Pete and Mike Scroggins, they're not just going to lay over and say, "Here you go, Parker, you take it."
The competition out of the PBA50 circuit is stiff, and tonight's stepladder is proof. The equipment that got you there.
Well, I was, like I said earlier, I was bouncing back and forth between my Scholar and our new mastermind Einstein, and there's no question that that ball gives me a little bit more pop down on the lane. I can move in and open up the lane a little bit more. I don't circle the lane a lot like some of the other players out on tour, but I got a good feeling that I may have to do that a little bit with that ball, especially after what happened here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, champion Parker Bohn III.